watch with history only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. Tourists. The observer. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. The observer.
It's a Remi story. We could be here for hours. Hello, Bazza. Yeah, you need popcorn. 100% you need popcorn. You might want to repost and share the live as well, just saying. You might want to repost and share the live. Just saying. Speaking of which, I'll give it a little share as well. Hold Remi's face and repost. Probably recorded Gossip Girl, not gonna lie. Let me share this out. Ba-da-ba, sha-da-sha. Sha-da-sha. Sha-da-sha-sha-sha-sha. Just sharing the live. I can't see your comments, sorry. Gossip Girl's in here already. Don't need to share it to her. I can't see the comments. I'm not being rude, honestly. Okay. Send. Right, done. You was asleep last time. I'm back in the room. Thank you for the heart me, Hades. I've been recorded recently for the first time and it's really freaked me out. It is the weirdest feeling being recorded, Yasmin. And I'm quite lucky in that I have asked. It doesn't always work, but, you know, sometimes it does. I've asked them not to tag me in videos because just for my mental health, like seeing stuff and you're copying me drinking over it, seeing stuff a lot can be not so, well, at the moment my voice is awful because I'm waiting for an operation because I've got a giant fucking lump in my neck. So one, hearing my voice is annoying, but two, it's often reading the comment section is where I think, hello Foos, where I think a lot of people, their mental health can be affected. And this week, obviously I had a little response. Thank you for the heartbeats. I've had a little response to someone and there's been a lot of recordings, which I'm glad of in terms of I think the message is important. A lot of people hear it. But also I've broken my own boundaries and my rules of like looking at the comments on some of them. Thank you. But it's fine. I think because it was about transphobia and it was an important message, I'm quite happy that people did that and shared them. Even if I was, you know, clapping back, I think the message is important for the trans community and for minority groups anyway. Thank you so much. But it's made me be really reflective this week, and I'm gonna be really honest with this story time, because, you know, I've been on TikTok for 9 months, and I know I've told you guys I'm not new on social media. I'm a coach. I teach people how to make money online. I'm a business coach. I've been doing social media for a very long time. I have a lot of clients. I've trained a lot of people. But TikTok is new to me, and I'm deliberately here mastering the platform so that I can teach my clients how I can bring them all over and have another income stream as well, right? So I do go live. I have subscribers, I have a TikTok shop, I have an agency. I'm doing all the things so that I can teach others, because that's what I do. I build courses and I teach people stuff, right? So I am new on TikTok, and 9 months ago, I'd never heard of Miss Red, I'd never heard of Evil Queen, I'd never heard of Zach the Brat, I'd never heard of Luke the Judge, I'd never heard of Swearing Shit, I'd never heard of any of these people. So coming into this, I came in onto this app as a very like, ooh, this is all new and exciting. Going live is not new for me. And building communities is not new to me. Building friendships and relationships like that. CG. So it's all been new coming onto here, right? And there are some takeaways, and I think sometimes it's really healthy, because a lot of people have been on here a long time, and sometimes you need like a new person to come in and see it kind of from a neutral position, right? Because I'm not in any cliques, I'm not in any groups, I'm not in any circles. Like, I stand here on my own, right? And what I have done in those 9 months is I've got to know different creators and kind of made my own judgments on them. So when I first started on this app, there were a lot of people that were like, oh, she's cool and she sounds, you know, interesting. And a lot of people sort of were like magnetized towards me. A lot of the bigger creators were sort of magnetized towards me because I was new. And what I learned very quickly was that some of these creators wanted to take control of me, okay? As in, they were happy that I would go into their rooms, and they were happy that I liked them and talked about them. But a lot of them, if they didn't like somebody else, would try and get me to not like the people that they didn't like. And so I learned very quickly, I think it was the time you came in as well. Yeah, and I came in right before, hi Violet darling, I came in right before the whole Pearl thing blew up. So I was spending time learning who these creators were. I was spending some time in Canadian Angie's room. I was spending time in Delusive Angie's room. I met Torian and Paigey for the first time. It's so like school, Queen Kimmy. And so I was moving around, just kind of like feeling everyone's energy and finding the rooms that I like to spend time in. But what started happening was that I've realised a couple of things. The first thing I've realised is I genuinely am, and I've always been like this, even in the real world, even at school, I really am a lone wolf, as cliche as that sounds. I can like lots of people, but I've never been like in a gang or a group in my real life, and I find myself being like that here on this app. And so what happened at the beginning was there were a group of people who felt like they could control me, right? And they could control me by being annoyed with me if I let somebody like Evil Queen come into my room. They would drag me. If Dave Duran's came into my room, they would drag me, and started to make me feel a little bit like if I didn't behave. Thank you, Jem, for 6 months. Thank you so much, Gems. Thank you, darling. If anybody else wants to subscribe, please do. It's Friday. Thank you. So the first group of people that were around me very much wanted to mould me to behave like them. And when I didn't behave like them, because I do an FYP show, therefore I will let a lot of people come in here. Couldn't give a fuck, Emma. Please don't tell me that again, because I don't care what other people say. So when they realised they couldn't mould me and get me to behave like them, they turned against me, and I ended up eventually blocking them. And let me just turn this notifications off. I ended up just sort of blocking them and moving away from a group of people. So we're talking about the Mary Motormouths, the Chantels, the Baby A's. They ended up being sort of moved out because I didn't conform to how they thought me as a black woman should behave, and I realised I was not going to be controlled by anyone on this app. So thank you, Tracy Ann. So then what started happening was big creators started coming in my room, like Zach, Swearing Shep, Evil Queen. And again, I'm doing FYP where I'm talking about all of these people, and in my mind, I'm the same as, all I'm doing the same as somebody like Miss Red is doing, or whoever, any of the other FYP hosts are doing, Angie, where big creators are allowed to come into my space because often they're in the FYP, so I'm talking about them. And then one day, told you this is story time. One day, Swearing Shep came into my room and gifted some subs. And one of the subs that she gifted went to somebody in the Z Hive, in Zach's camp. And she was furious and asked for that sub back. And it created this whole hoo-ha. Again, I'm completely new on this app. I don't know her history. I don't know his history. Turns out I learned very, very quickly that they didn't like each other. And off the back of that, what happened was I got a message from Shep, which basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, it basically said, if you're going to be friends with Zach, I can't be friends with you because he's been racist to me and he's been abusive to me and yada, yada, yada. I can't support you, right? Again, very playground stuff. If you want my support, you can't be friends with this person, right? Well, I'm a big grown-ass woman. So my response was very polite. And I said, I like you and I like him. And I'm going to continue to like both of you, and I'm not going to pick a side, okay? Over a sub. Some of you will have been in a room and will remember it happening. And this poor girl ended up very distraught. This girl who was in the Z Hive ended up very distraught. Me and a couple of my mods ended up going in. She was very upset because she was dragged. It was awful. G remembers, right? I'm telling no lies. So that was my first interaction of having a big creator try to control me. And I remember saying to her, listen, I don't know your history because I'm new here, right? She told me I should go and watch and find all the receipts. And I said, I don't have time for that. Like, I genuinely take everyone on face value who I meet. And so I come into a room, I meet people. If I like them, I'll come back. If I don't like them, I'll stay away. And that's kind of how I am in my real world. So she took offense that I didn't obey her and I didn't bin off Zach. And so what then happened was that she would then start to attack me and drag me and be disrespectful about me because I didn't follow her rules, again, with people controlling me, right? And this is why when I tell you I stand here alone and there's other creators right now telling you that I'm surrounded by people, I'm giving you all of the tea, right? So you can see it all and hear it all yourself about how I choose to move. And I have the text messages to prove that I am not lying, what is coming out of my mouth to you right now. So when I said I will do what the fuck I want, she got mad and started to drag me and has continued to, because we're in a playground. And if I want to be her friend, then I can't. I want to be her friend, then I can't do that and just staying in my lane. Thank you for the crabs and not getting involved. So we continue to press on and move on. And I start to realise that Evil Queen comes in my room. She was in my box, I think once or twice. And I start to realise that there are other people that don't like Evil Queen who started saying and being mean about me because I allowed Evil Queen, who they didn't like, to come into my room. The same with Zach. Bear with me 1 minute. Bear with me. Where the fuck is that gone? Just putting the onions in. Bear with me. So then what happened is I realised that if I went into Miss Red's room and people who don't like Miss Red saw me in there, I would get dragged. If I went into Zach's room and people who didn't like Zach saw me in there, I would get dragged, right? Because apparently you can only pick one group. And there are lots of groups on this app. There are people that will tell you that they are solo and they stand alone, but they don't. So here's my observations on what I see. You got what I call Cult 2.0, which is like Mary Motormouth and them lot, right? You've got the Clique, which is like Miss Red. You've got Luke. You've got Cockapoo. You've got Miss J. That's like the Clique, right? That we call the Clique. They call themselves a friendship group. We refer to them as the Clique. You've got on the other side, you've got Evil Queen, Zach, Delusive Angie, Canadian Angie. They're a little bit of a group. They all sort of stand alone, but they all defend each other and support each other and sort of run to each other for help when they need it, like what we've seen this week with Zach. But again, they will tell you that they're on their own. Oh, sorry, I forgot one person in that group. They've got the Triple S, which is Scout Slayer Suckerfish. If you don't know what a suckerfish is, do you know when you see a whale in the ocean and then there's a fish that's stuck on their back? That's a suckerfish. Okay, so she's also over there. She's just sort of on their back. Triple S. Triple S. Thank you, Cockapoo. Thank you for Wonder the Witch. So, you see what I'm saying, right? Again, I'm an outsider looking in. I see the Clique. I see Cult 2.0. I don't know what we're calling Zach, EQ, Delusive Angie, Canadian Angie. They're just there. But they're a group. They will tell you they're not, but they are a group. So, the Clique is watching. The Clique is watching. Listen, we're going to get to Cockapoo. Don't you worry. Told you. This is story time. And I'm doing... No, we're not going to call them the evil ones. User MC, whatever your name is. This is a nice story time. I mean, it's probably going to upset some people, but I'm trying to keep it nice. I'm just being honest about what I see. A collective... Not Satan's crack group, Mama G. Behave yourself. No. CG. I will mute all of you lot for the rest of this live, okay? We are going to conduct ourselves with some decency today, please. I know it's Friday night and I'm on the Iron Brew, but we're not doing that, Mama G. Tame it down. And you, CG. So, what other groups have we got? Oh, we've got like the Torian, Paigey, Alicia group at Feral Fridays. Danny. Yes, please. Can you please keep sending me positivity, roses, and someone can send me a jet plane, please, because I'm in this league thing and I need all the help. Thank you. Yeah, the Levi's, the Top Girls, they're kind of this new sort of group, right? We see them. We see them. And so I try and move around all of them because get this woman a plane immediately. Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you, darling. I am a bit of a bully, sorry. I like to bully in a good way, though, as I explained this week. Although I do realise that even bullying a bully still makes you a bully, and I do have issues with that, and I get that, but I think sometimes it's a bit like the TV show Dexter, isn't it? Like, he was a serial unaliver, but he was serial unaliving, like, really horrible people. So it kind of made it all right. I feel like I'm like that. Does that make sense? Whatever. I've gone off on a tangent. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that I don't sit in any one of those groups, but I will always move around. Remi is the Dexter of TikTok. No, I know. Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. It's not bullying, it was liberation. Canadian here. I've seen Iron Brew, but what is it, please? It's soda, but listen, as a British person who is very close to Scotland, I don't know how to describe Iron Brew. Like, if an alien was to say, what does it taste like? I don't know, but it's nice. It's nice. Scottish Dole, are you still here? Can you explain? Can you explain what Iron Brew is? Because it's a taste of heaven. It's the weirdest flavour, but it's good. Anyway, get back to the story. The point was, I came onto TikTok and I see all these different groups, right? And I have flitted around all of these groups as a way to kind of get to know all the characters, right? And I'll be honest, most of them I do like, genuinely. Even if I call people out for behaviours, I do actually like most of these creators. I love going in Miss Red's room. I do love still watching Evil Queen, even though she's a B1TCH. I don't care if she drags me. I don't actually take anything she says seriously. I used to enjoy watching Zach. I don't anymore, and that's not just to do with this beef on a reel. I just don't enjoy watching him right now. Delusive Angie, I don't watch at all unless it's on the FYP. We had a little backwards and forwards, but I get what she is and what she does, and so I flit around in these groups. So sometimes you might see me pop up in Hayley Comets, you might see me pop up in Miss Red's room, you might see me pop up wherever, in Luke the Judge's room. Like, I quite like to be able to move around, and I think if I was, I don't know, let's say I was in the Evil Queen Zach group, it would probably make it hard for me to go into other rooms. If I was in the clique, it would probably make it hard for me to go into other rooms, right? So I kind of am a bit of a free spirit where I just move around. Now, I also accept that sometimes it is better to be in a group and have protection and all of that. Of course, like, you have your friends ride out for you. I like to think that because of how I've shown up on here in the community that I've built, that people do that because they want to, versus me trying to build any sort of allegiances with other creators to take down people for me, or create a community that I send out when I feel attacked. I'll send them out. Like, I just don't operate that way, whereas I see other people doing that, right? And so how did I end up with wanting to tell this story? I wanted to tell this story because this week, obviously I've affected someone. They'll tell you they're not affected, but their body language, their behaviour, their indirects clearly shows that they have been affected this week. And how they have manipulated people to believe that I am surrounding myself with people almost to you know, target him and bring him down and whatever, which is just simply not true. Sorry, I'm looking for my curry powder. So this week I've seen and I've been told that he has, you know, continued to tell people how he stands alone. However, when it all happened the other day, we saw him running over to Evil Queens and putting his version of events into her chat and almost begging for support from, like, his big sister, right? It was like, I didn't mean it this way, and she's taken it the wrong way, and I was talking to my audience and I wasn't actually talking to her. And again, this is the man that tells you that he stands here on his own, on his platform, yet had to run to someone else to get backup. And I'll be honest and transparent. My mods told me, a couple of people messaged me saying I was being dragged on Evil Queen's live the other night for about half an hour. I swear on everything that I care about, I haven't seen it, I haven't watched it, I can imagine what she said, but also I don't care, because I genuinely don't take anything she says seriously. Like she can have no impact on me in any way, shape or form, right? But I know he was over there. I know he was over there begging it up, trying to get his little team on his side, make everyone turn against me. I know that happened, right? So I want to tell you a little bit. Okay, Lauren says it wasn't that bad. Fine. Listen, she knows I don't give a fuck what she says, and I know she don't give a fuck what I said. This contributed to what got me so pissed off. Was what I said about Evil Queen. She didn't even respond to it because she couldn't give a fuck, but he did. And we're going to get to that bit, and this is the juicy part of the story. This is the juicy part of the story. Because when I saw Zach responding to a clip that I'd made a prediction 4 days earlier. I'd said Evil Queen is just playing, and basically she don't give a fuck about trans rights, right? I said it. She didn't even react to it. She couldn't give a fuck because she knew I was right. She didn't respond. When I saw his response, and my mods will tell you, probably not CG, because I don't know why Telegram don't work for her. She probably didn't even see the message, but the other mods will have seen the message. A queen doesn't entertain the jesters. I love that. I put a message in the mod chat, and you can ask them, again, I don't tell lies. The first time I saw the video, the 2 responses that he made, I wrote in the mod chat, I think I said something along the lines of, this isn't about the transphobia and this isn't about Evil Queen. This is about who comes into my room. Now, I couldn't prove it, but I was like, he's not actually mad about the thing he's saying he's mad about. He's mad because of who's been coming in my room. So I watched the original video again. And when I watched the original video that he clapped back to, where he attacked me, where I felt attacked by him, when I watched that video, somebody slid into my room. And you can see them sliding into my room. And they weren't from his group. And I remember clocking it and going, so that's what you're mad about. But I didn't have no proof. I put it in the mod chat. I said, listen, he's mad. He's mad because Luke the Judge comes in here, Cockapoo comes in, Red comes in. And remember, we started this story time talking about the groups. Yeah? If you're in my group and I don't like that person, then you can't like that person. And if you're in this group and you like that person, then we can't be friends, right? Somebody slid in my room who he didn't like on the video. Wagger for Remi. Thank you, CG. But I had no proof. It was just a gut feeling. Because I was like, spill the tea immediately. Oh, it was Luke. Luke jumped in the room. Luke, you could see Luke coming in the room on a... Bear in mind, Luke dragged him. A week, 2 weeks ago. That's what he's mad at, right? He's mad at the fact that in my room... Hello, lunatic babe, you're right. That in my room, people are coming into my room that he doesn't like, and he feels some type of way, right? But again, I got no proof. It's just a feeling. I said it to the mods. They probably thought Remi's chatting shit again. It was a feeling. So, tell me why Zach sends me a message with no apology in it, I'll add. Sends me a message and we have a little back and forth. Correct. Why can't grown adults have different friends? Correct. This is how I live my life. But on TikTok, when you have children dressed up as adults who want to control things, you can't have adults who can be friends with everyone and get on with everyone and be civil with everyone, because you're not in my gang and I'm 8 years old. So we have some messages, me and the ZDB, and in a message he proves me correct again. And I'm saying that cocky because I was right when I called him out and said he was playing with Luna. And all of his lot came in and said, no, Remi, it's a genuine friendship. And I said, no, he's fucking around. I was also right when I called out the Queen and said she's pretending to be the Rosa Parks of the trans community. I called it out. I am a predictive, witchy-woo kind of bitch. I see shit and I call it out. And I called out the fact he was mad because of the people coming into my room. And then he sends me a message that validates and proves I was right. Because in the message, instead of all the things that I wrote to you about and told you about and why I felt the way I felt, tell me why your focus is on the fact that I am, air quotes, surrounded by people like Cockapoo. And can we also just put into place the fact that we only unblocked people at the start of this year? So when we're talking about surrounded, and Cockapoo will tell you herself, she's been unblocked since pretty much I came onto this app, okay? So Cockapoo's only new around here. Why are we coming for Cockapoo? What did Cockapoo do to you? I'm so confused. But the point is, it's not really about Cockapoo. It's not. The point is, it's about control. It's about, well, if you've got Red and you've got Cockapoo and you've got Luke coming in your room, I'm going to make a really spiteful, hateful, patronising video to drag you down because I've lost control of you. That's the truth. And I can like Cockapoo. And I can like whoever else. And I can like Red. I can like whoever the fuck I want. Because I know I can stand here and I can call them out and I can... Because here's the truth. You can like someone but not like something they say one day. I like Tory day. I like Tory days. So because these people are in my room, you want to attack me. Okay. And I beg you go live and call me a liar, because I will show the message. I will show the message. Because I'm not here to play around. I've outed Shep for what she did. I've outed you for what you did, which is send me messages and try and control me, and I am uncontrollable. This is why I've been a fucking entrepreneur for most of my life. Luke, I don't do doxing of messages, hun, but if a bitch wants to play, I will play. I'm just saying. Okay? Stop saying show it, you horrible people. The man's having a bad enough time as it is. I'm just saying that this is what this is actually about. This wasn't about what I said to Evil Queen. This wasn't about him trying to educate me on transgender rights, because clearly I'm way more educated than him. This is about the fact he doesn't like Luke or Cockapoo coming in here when, let's deep this. My community didn't like that I let him keep coming in here after his racist comments. But I told them to simmer down because I am a nice person. Okay. Hold on, I think I've got to do a puzzle. One sec. Oh, is there a coral? Hold on, I've got to do a puzzle. Puzzle. Oh shit, I fucked the puzzle up. Hold on, I've got to do another one. Mods, are we watching this chat? Baz, I said a coral, thank you. No. Okay, we're gonna have none of that. We're not gonna be talking about people's cancer in here, bro. Off you pop. You're real, Remi, and that affects some people. Listen, bearing in mind, right, that there's so many people. Mods, can we really, like, read the chat, guys? Like, people are writing some weird shit. I've just muted and blocked someone, but I know I'm ranting, and I know Remi rant is funny to you fuckers. But just please read the chat. And any doxing, any saying nasty stuff that's unnecessary, please remove it. No, I cannot be remote controlled. It's alright, I got it. I'm just asking you guys just to really watch it, because we're at a time where, you know, I've said names and people are going to be pissed off and they are going to send out their communities. So just, what's on my earrings? Unapologetically black. Because I'm proud. I'm proud. One sec. Yeah, we need to watch the chat. So, the truth is, I will continue to allow people to come into my room because they want to be respectful and kind and supportive. If they want to come in and gift me, I will happily receive the gifts. If I want to go into anybody else's room, I will also do that. And I will not be controlled, much to the dismay of some big creators and smaller creators on this app who want to control me, and I cannot be controlled. I can't. And I will never be told what to do, and I'm never going to accept being schooled by someone who actually doesn't really care about schooling me or educating me or helping me, but wants to score points because they don't like somebody else. Sorry, no. Sorry, no. This is it. He's been saying he's not affected for 2 days, but we can all see he's affected. And talking in code, talking in code, bro, we know who you're talking about. Like, it's obvious. And bearing in mind, these big creators with their big platforms want to keep talking about how small I am, or that I'm not doing anything on this app, or I'm not serious, or I'm not making money on this app. I don't understand why you're affected by someone who is a nobody to you. Wouldn't it be a really funny plot twist if it turned out that I was the supervillain? I was thinking about that today. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I became the supervillain on the app? Well, this is it. This app isn't my main income. This is an additional income for me. I was joking. I'm not a supervillain. But wouldn't it be funny if it was? What if I became the supervillain? Listen. I can like Evil Queen and not like what she says. I can respect Zach's hustle and his business on here. I can respect Evil Queen's. This is my villain origin story. Yes. I can like a person. I'm your traitor. No, I'm not avocado, Dodie. Too far, Dodie. Too far. But on a real look, at the end of the day, when I say things like I stand on my own, I genuinely do. Like, I'm not in group chats with no one. I'm not in group chats with Evil Evil Queen or Delusive Angie. I'm not in group chats with Miss Red or Luke or anything. What I will tell you in terms of being open and transparent, pretty much every big creator on this app at some point I have had a message with. So whether Zach, Evil Queen, Miss Red, Luke, I've had messages with everyone, and sometimes I'll just check in to see if they're all right. Sometimes they'll just check in to see if I'm all right. And that's me being open and transparent. It doesn't mean that, like, I'm on phone calls with anyone and my mods, yeah, and the mods talk to the mods too much. But that's just me being open and honest. Like, I'm not in a group, as it were. I haven't pledged allegiance to a particular friendship group on this app. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, everyone. Sorry if I've missed any of your gifts that you sent. I really do appreciate them all. Thank you. And that's just me being open and honest. And, you know, I've been on here for 9 months, and in that time, I 100% have seen people and have had people trying to control me or being pissed off with me because I'm friendly with other people on this app. And I just ask that people remember that I do FYP, and there's a reason why people who you may not like are not blocked. I do FYP twice a week, on a Monday and a Friday, and it would be very unfair for me to talk about people and not let them thank you, Genie. Not let them come in. I listen, and I love that, and I love that you say you support both of you. I love that, and I don't ever want anyone to feel like because me and him have knocked heads this week that you can't come in here or go in there. I don't care enough, and that's all right, Vodka Rhino. That's, like, honestly, like, I have no issues. I have had some issues with people in the comment sections on videos who have said mean things about me, and so I've just blocked some of those. But in terms of people going into other people's rooms, like, no, like, do what you want. Like, I'm not, again, I can't and I won't control people, and I won't tell people exactly. So 2 different football team supporters can't be friends. Exactly that. I have no issue with where people go, and I wouldn't. And I think if you are going into a room where you have a creator telling you where you can and can't go, hello Rossi, oh, here comes the football hooligans. Oh, thank you, Kirsty. Kirsty says, Remi, you can be friends with whoever you want. You are an intelligent, strong, beautiful woman. Thank you for saying that, sweetheart. But I just wanted to be honest. I just wanted to be honest about what's going on and why I believe what happened. I don't think it was about the transphobia. I don't think it was about me calling out Evil Queen. And based on the message that he sent me, by putting a name in that message, it told me what I had already suspected, that the reason you're pissed at me is because of the people coming in my room. And to me, that makes you very immature. But I do want to say, I wish you all the success in the world. I genuinely do. I hope you get what you want. No, I don't know. Like, I'm editing myself right now because there's things I really want to say. But you know what? I'm just getting... I wish you all the best. Okay, but we definitely have come to the end of the road. The same way I came to the end of the road with one person who tried to tell me who I could be friends with. I will not be dragged because you don't like people that come in my room. Alexa, play Boyz II Men. We're cooking a beef curry and it's simmering and it smells... Oh, fuck, it heard me. I whispered it and it heard me! CG, you're a terrible influence. We're all friends here, get it off your chest. Alright. I'll be honest. No, I'm not gonna, no. Do you know what? Because I think, alright. Listen, my mouth can break people, and I don't want to break people, right? They know I'm pissed. And my mouth will break people, right? That's why Scout Slayer just needs to be grateful that I've blocked her and I don't keep responding, because my mouth is dangerous. And ultimately, I will wound people and also end up looking like a bad person. I think I've said enough. I'm trying to keep it cutesy. But listen, I know what my Scorpio mouth is like, and my brain right now, which has 6 million messages every 30 seconds anyway, is very, very much trying to hold words in. So I'm just gonna say, I wish you all the best of luck. And I'm just gonna keep watching from the sidelines, because I think it's gonna be an interesting year, let's put it that way. CG said, just whisper it. And the air fryer is fucking amazing. Thank you, Kenzie Nesma. The air fryer is amazing, Violet. This is it, Vodka Rhino. Words can never be taken back. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I can see already I've had an effect. I can see it. And I know other people can see it. And if I continue to speak, I don't want to push people to places. Right? You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna keep it cutesy my end. And if they don't keep it cutesy their end, then I'll just unlock my mouth. But for now, I'm going to keep it cutesy. Fucking background music. It's CG's fault. Oh, listen, don't play with Scorpios. And the problem is that we're both Scorpios, right? He's going to be a stubborn motherfucker. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. We all like to have the last word. Although I am quite happy to relinquish the last word. I always have been. I like to have the last word, but I'm old enough and mature enough to say, oh, you have the last word. But know that it is building resentment, and that if I get poked, then the last word will be had. But I will always try to hold it back. Hold it back. If you could choose the last word, what would it begin with? Choose a last word. What'd you say? You're gonna need to know my moons. Why are you not saying C? You lot are naughty. I need Remi as a teacher, as I have no cut off. Not P. No, listen. It wouldn't be name calling. Honestly, it wouldn't be name calling, because I'm not a name caller. Like. I'm not like, I'm not like, I am. All right, this is some real tea. Like, I have friends who I want to preface this by saying thank you. I'm not a name caller. I'm a fact checker. Chrissy knows me. Chrissy knows me in the real world too. That I am more likely to go for something that I know is going to hurt you in your soul than call you a Ken. That's like, if I'm mad, I'm gonna reach you in a place that's gonna keep affecting you. It's over it. Like, I'm a bitch. When I'm mad, I'm a bitch. I'm not gonna just say, oh, you're a prick. I will hurt. I will hurt. And that's why I try not to go there. Like, because I know what I'm capable of doing. And when I see people and I see how they move, and you lot have seen me multiple times to be correct on things that I see. When I see you and I get you, I can hurt you. And I don't want to do that. Because if I hurt you, it's going to hurt me. Because as much as I'm going to hurt you in that moment, that shit is going to play on my mind for years and make me feel fucking bad. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, I can push you off the boat because you pissed me off, but equally, I'm also going to throw you the fucking life raft to save your life, even if I want you to drown, because that's who I am. And so that's why I'm keeping my mouth shut. That's what I'm saying, don't play with me, because I'm not just going to call you I'm not going to call you a dickhead. I'm going to come so hard, I will break you. And I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't. Listen, I told you, I was at a level 5 this week. You lot don't want to see a 10. I have friends who I am still friends with now, right? Because, I mean, I read them back to fucking childbirth, okay? And it broke them for a long time. But you know what? We were able to repair it because I could recognise they needed to be read, but equally, I didn't like hurting people. And so we corrected it, and we're friends, and we've been friends for a long time. But they have felt the wrath. Can you take back all my refunds? Listen. I've also just got a face. When it comes to getting refunds, man, people just know, don't play with me. Don't play with me. And that's why I'm saying, Shona, listen, Shona, it comes from a place of having a fucked up childhood, dealing with abuse, carrying a lot of trauma. I know what I'm capable of. And I've had a lot of therapy and a lot of help because I don't want to continuously do that to people. And that's the truth. What I'm saying is, I know what I'm capable of, and I don't want to do that to anyone. And so I've learned the skills to be a better person and to walk away, let them have the last word. But sometimes, yeah, it is. It's a defense mechanism. Have you booked your therapy today? And so I try my hardest to be a better person, Shona. I do. And look, I've never come on this app and claimed to be a perfect person. My community who comes in all the time, you know, they know what I'm like. I'm not a perfect person. I don't pretend to be. I've clapped at a couple of people a couple of times on here. But for the most part, I try to rein it in and not let it out and just walk away, turn the other cheek. We learn and we grow, yeah.